continuously supporting the show. Let's Talk About It Media 21. I appreciate you all. Let's get into some hot topics, trending topics. What's going on in the news? What's going on in the media? What's being talked about? We're going to talk Diddy's son, Justin. We're going to talk trending topics, hot topics. We're going to get into a few different things. Um, Let me see. Where is this? Hold on one second. Something's going on with the live streams. I don't know what is going on, but something's going on with the live streams for sure. Um, let's see. But you guys know I always work with it. Okay, there I am. But it took a minute. And then I couldn't do my thumbnail again today. And I don't know if I need to go back to the other tablet, but we'll figure it out. So just hang in there with me as I set up because I don't know why it's taking so long. Normally I could do a thumbnail. Normally I could do all my setup stuff before I go live, but now I have to do all my setup stuff as I'm live. So work with me. Let's see. So come on in, come on in. I guess Justin Combs has been contacting people if they've made comments about the father. Of course, the son's going to do what the son's going to do, but we're going to go ahead and get into the disclaimer. Copyright disclaimer. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comments, news reporting, teaching, scholarships, and research. Fair use is use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. All comments are alleged, in our opinion, and for entertainment purposes only. Okay, so there's that. But yeah, Diddy's son, Justin, spoke out to Freddie P. Freddie P has been speaking out a lot lately. Oh no, this is Choppa. Freddie P spoke out about a few months ago, so this is Choppa. So if you guys did not know, many people have been speaking out in regards to what was transpiring in regards to the show making the band, people hanging out, what that all looked like behind the scenes. So many people have been speaking out in regards to the documentary. So there's been a lot going on. Let's see. I'm almost done. Okay, so there's that. All right, so let me go back and delete this. Just bear with me. Like I said, a lot of times all this stuff I can do before I go live, but lately, but it's cool. I know how to navigate. Okay, there I go. Okay, so there's been comments. We're going to listen to what he's been saying and what's been talked about. Like the video as you guys come in. Subscribe to the page as you guys come in. We're going to talk Diddy. We're going to talk Irv Gotti. R.I.P. to Irv Gotti. We're going to talk Kanye and Bianca as well. So let's listen.
I heard he got in contact with you. He called me on Instagram. So I'm like, what is this? So I pick up. I'm like, what's that? He was like, man, I don't appreciate what you're doing to my daddy, bro. Fuck with him. He was talking gangster to me. I'm gonna be honest with you, and I had to let him know I would beat the shit out of his love. But at the end of the day, I seen Justin when he was a little boy, right? So I really ain't feel no way. I know at the end of the day he was hurt, but I had to let him know he was a little boy to me, and you are enjoying the fruits of your labor, and part of the fruits of your labor that your little sprout ass is enjoying is off the band as well. So, nigga, shut up. Shut your ass up and just go some fucking well. Just shut up. That's just how I feel about that. Ain't no talking gangster to me. I don't play that shit. You dig? So I had to let him know I don't play that shit, little nigga. If you see me, I will punch you in your fucking face. You don't want that. Great. So how about this here? Mind your fucking business and don't call my Instagram. Get your ass over there, son. Get your fake tough ass over there. Little sucker. Little fucking sucker. Get your little duck ass over there, little boy. Playing with me. Boy, I'm 6'7". I will beat this shit out your ass.
Wow, what?
And recently they been known for doing that, trying to press niggas. Like, nigga, I'm sitting, nigga. I don't play that. I will beat the fuck out your ass. I am 6'7". I am not short, and I'm about this. Diddy's son, Justin, I heard he got in contact with you. Diddy's son, Justin.
So we're not going to play that again because of the cursing, but there's that. So Justin, and it seems as if When different celebrities or men speak out, it's being reported that Diddy's sons are contacting people. So is that going to be a problem? So let's continue. Let's see. A male singer claims Diddy. Mm, you can see that. In 2015, this is what's being alleged. I can't confirm or deny. I can't confirm or deny. You guys, there's been constant lawsuits that's still been coming out and different allegations. And I'll say this like I've always said, a judge jury's going to have to decide if there's any wrongdoing on Diddy's side. He's innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. And that's where we stand because there's so many different allegations. There's so many different people stating the concerns they had in the company of. The concerns they had in the company of. And unless there's text messages, hospital records, if there are the NDAs that tie those people into those situations, you know, it's being alleged that some of the phone recordings have been leaked, alleged in regards to Diddy and his son speaking. But this is the biggest thing, of course. Diddy's attorney is going to continue to speak up on his behalf. That's what he's supposed to do. He's supposed to speak up for his client. But there's so many different lawsuits out there. My page grew 3 months ago because we talked about the different lawsuits. And we covered a lot in regards to the lawsuits. There are pages that do the legal documents. We don't do that over here. We talk in general and we talk common sense and we talk in regards to what the possibilities are, who might be subpoenaed, who might have to take the stand, what does that look like? Do a lot of the celebrities remember being at Diddy's house? Are these celebrities going to panic? Are these celebrities going to remember what they did that night? What's going to transpire in regards to the Rico case? What's going to transpire in regards to the the things being in traffic? I have to say it that way. But there's a lot that's going on, and don't forget this trial starts in May. This trial starts in May, and there's a lot being said. So if his sons are contacting people about making comments in regards to the dad, I'm wondering if his lawyers are going to have to step in and tell the children not to do that. That's a concern. Do people have a right to say what they want to say, but will that be a concern in regards to the children contacting people? You know what I mean? But we get a child is going to want to stick up for their parent. We understand. If you guys did not know, let me talk about this before I exit out. If you did not know, it was reported that last week Diddy went to the hospital regarding his knee. He was having problems with his knee, and he did go to the hospital. I would imagine it was probably great to get out of the jail, even for, the amount of time he was probably in the hospital. But I'm surprised a doctor could not treat him in the facility. They don't have the proper equipment in the jail to treat certain things. Did he? I had read something, I can't confirm or deny. I had read something that they might have had to do an MRI, and maybe the jails don't have MRIs at the jail. And of course, if he's having problems walking or getting around, they're going to want to, of course, treat um, his knee, so that way he can get around and do what he has to do on a daily basis. So that was reported last week. His lawyer did mention allegedly that he can't confirm or deny if Diddy did go to the hospital and leave the jail for a moment to go to the hospital. His lawyer has basically said, in regards to a lot of the lawsuits, his lawyer has said, hey, I'm not going to speak on the different allegations that's going on. So let me look up and see if there's any Diddy news that I want to cover with you guys. So hold on one second. Like the videos you guys come in. Like the videos you guys come in. I appreciate you guys for being here and supporting the show. Let's see. Let's see. Hold on one second. Like the videos you guys come in. I'm going to play this clip. Okay.
Knowingly transporting.
Hold on.
Are you researching dental implants? Then you should hear this.
Wait a minute.
There are
Wait a
dental
minute.
implant providers out there suggesting.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Against him. Sean Diddy Combs is responding to a new indictment against him. In the court docs, prosecutors accuse Combs of knowingly transporting people from 2009 to 2024, quote, with intent that the individuals engage in prostitution, stating that he willfully caused the transportation of female victims, including but not limited to Victim 1, Victim 2, and Victim 3, and commercial sex workers in interstate and foreign commerce on multiple occasions. The indictment also alleges that he, quote, engaged in a persistent and pervasive pattern of abuse toward women that was verbal, emotional, physical, and at times sexual, with the filing stating that he manipulated women to participate in orchestrated performances of sexual activity with Combs. At times, Combs and others acting at his direction made arrangements for women and commercial sex workers to fly to Combs' location. Combs ensured participation from the women by, among other things, obtaining and distributing narcotics to them,
Allegedly.
controlling their careers, leveraging his financial support and threatening to cut off the same, and using intimidation and violence. In response to this new indictment against the record mogul, his lawyer Mark Agnifilo claims prosecutors are making a major mistake in their filing, telling E! News in a statement January 30th.
Like the video, fair use, reaction clip.
The latest indictment contains no new offenses. The prosecution's theory remains flawed. The government has added the ridiculous theory that two of Mr. Combs' former girlfriends were not girlfriends at all, but were prostitutes. Mr.
Allegedly.
Combs is as committed as ever to fighting these charges and winning at trial. The 55-year-old rapper previously pleaded not guilty to federal charges related to racketeering conspiracy and sex trafficking following his September 2024 arrest.
Okay, so let's get to a few more clips. Let's do some Diddy updates. I owe you guys some Diddy updates. So we're gonna get to it. Hold on one second. Like the videos, you guys come in. We're gonna do a quick Diddy update.
Combs is revealing more about his time working for the now embattled mogul. Plus, he's giving more insight into what he knew about Diddy's alleged drug-fueled parties. I'm talking about Phil Pines, who worked as Diddy's senior executive assistant from 2019 through 2021. Now, Phil is kind of important. Obviously, as a personal assistant, you know lots about your high-powered boss, including things he may not have wanted in the public. But at this point, we have already learned so much about Diddy's alleged actions. And to have a boss who's already sitting behind bars charged with federal sex trafficking and more, it seems nothing is really off limits. Now, last month, Phil filed a lawsuit against his former boss, accusing Diddy of ordering him to coordinate, supplement, and even clean up these alleged drug-fueled parties called Wild King Nights. So what are Wild King Nights? Well, according to Phil, they are the same thing as the freak-offs that were heavily detailed in Cassie's now settled lawsuit, as well as the federal government in their case against the mogul.
The indictment alleges that Combs abused and exploited women and other people for years, and in a variety of ways. As alleged, Combs used force, threats of force, and coercion to cause victims to engage in extended sexual performances with male commercial sex workers, some of whom he transported or caused to be transported over state lines. Combs allegedly planned and controlled the sex performances, which he called freak-offs, and he often electronically recorded them. The freak-offs sometimes lasted days at a time, involved multiple commercial sex workers, and often involved a variety of narcotics, such as ketamine, ecstasy.
Like the video, press 3 if you knew where you're watching from, press 5 if you've been here before and where you're watching from. Let's continue. Fair use, reaction clip.
And GHB.
Now back to Phil. He sat down with journalist Mara Escambri's The Fall of Diddy, which aired this week. Now, watching the episode was a little eerie, as many voice notes from Diddy to Phil were played for the viewers. So you can hear Diddy asking for things like chocolate for women, or to clean up, or to get a plan B, or even get him drugs like mushrooms or Cialis, which is for erectile dysfunction. Now, many of the details he shared were also echoed in his lawsuit, but we learned new details, including that Phil testified before a grand jury back in October in Diddy's case. Now, we learned from his 32-page lawsuit that Diddy allegedly instructed Phil to supply a range of drugs and sex toys for his days-long sexual escapades, and he was instructed to be a part of the cleanup crew after. Now, during his sit-down interview with Mara Escampo, Phil said, "We usually had a laundry list of items that included lights, alcohol, marijuana, ketamine, Molly. You have mushrooms on top of there, baby oil, and Astroglide are very important. Candles, incense, Apple TVs."
So did you notice when his ex-assistant spoke out, then he went to the hospital. And then that changed the narrative in the media. Did y'all notice that? So then now people are talking about him being in the hospital. So was that a distraction? Like the video, like the video. Reaction clip. Press 3 if you knew where you're watching from. Press 3 if you knew where you're watching from. Press 5 you've been here before and where you're watching from. Let's continue. Fair use. Reaction clip.
Electronics, computers, iPads. Obviously, there was, male libido supplements, stuff like that. Phil added those requests would become more frequent, and by frequent, on a daily basis. He claimed they were required to have those items frequently stocked. Now, Phil said he wasn't in the rooms when the Wild King nights or freak-offs took place, so he said he couldn't speak to whether or not he heard those involved give consent. So who was there? Phil said it was young women who were impressionable, didn't have a lot of influence, mainly 20-somethings. He did say sometimes he would see new faces and then would never see them again. But he did recall one moment when he saw a woman physically shaking after a Wild King night. And when she was brought to a car, she said something along the lines of, "I've never done anything like this before." So what was the aftermath of the Wild King nights? Well, according to Phil's lawsuit, he would have to remove the drugs, the condoms, the sex toys, but also the bodily stains like blood, urine, fluids from sheets and furniture, and pack it all.
Allegedly. That's, oh my goodness. Like the video, like the video. Press 3 if you knew where you're watching from. Press 3 if you knew where you're watching from. Press 5 you've been here before where you're watching from. Let's continue. Fair use. Reaction clip.
All away. In the episode, though, he added that there would be baby oil everywhere in the tubs, on the furniture, and more. And if you're wondering where these nights recorded, according to Phil, they were, and he saw evidence of it. When asked if he saw his former boss get violent, he remembered another moment where Diddy allegedly was violent with a young woman. He said this alleged assault happened at his home in Florida, and he saw Diddy allegedly kick a young woman twice. She fell to the floor. Diddy told her to take off his hoodie, leaving the woman topless. Now, Phil said he used a jacket he was wearing to cover her up, and then she was just put in an Uber and sent home. He said that woman ended up returning after Diddy showered her with gifts. And this also echoes many of the allegations made in other lawsuits as well.
I've had these dental implants for 6 months.
Like the video, like the video. Let's let the commercial go past. And like I said, Diddy's innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. The courts will have to decide if there's any wrongdoing. A judge jury's going to have to decide if there's any wrongdoing. Let's continue. Fair use. Reaction clip.
Former executive assistant allegedly was told by the mogul to prove his loyalty to him. And by proving his loyalty, it wasn't fetching his favorite meal or running an important errand for Diddy. Phil was allegedly told to prove his loyalty by having sex with someone right in front of Diddy. Now, Phil also made this claim in his lawsuit, but delved more into it in the episode where he was visibly emotional and teared up recalling this moment. He said he was grabbed by the shoulders like a coach would do to a player before a game and handed a condom. Phil alleges that Diddy pushed him to the young woman who was sitting on the couch.
Allegedly.
He said the woman signaled her consent and Phil engaged in sexual activity with her. Phil said he was reluctant to do it, but did it because of fear of retribution. He said the job eventually weared him down, and like I mentioned before, he left in 2021, 3 years before Diddy's arrest. But it might be very possible we could hear from Phil once again if he's called as a witness for Diddy's trial. Of course.
Wow, Phil left 3 years before Diddy's arrest, his ex-assistant. Let's continue. Fair use. Reaction clip.
Diddy's team responded to the docuseries. In response to Phil's lawsuit, though, Diddy's legal team responded by writing, quote, "No matter how many lawsuits are filed, it won't change the fact that Mr. Combs has never sexually assaulted or sex trafficked anyone, man or woman, adult or minor. We live in a world where anyone can file a lawsuit for any reason. Fortunately, a fair and impartial judicial process exists to find the truth, and Mr. Combs is confident he will prevail in court," end quote. And in response to the docuseries, his attorneys told The Hollywood Reporter, "These documentaries are rushing to cash in on the media circus surrounding Mr. Combs. The producers failed to provide sufficient times or details for his representatives to address unsubstantiated claims, many from unidentified participants whose allegations lack context. By withholding this information, they made it impossible for Mr. Combs to present facts to counter these fabricated accusations. This production is clearly intended to present a one-sided and prejudicial narrative. As we said before, Mr. Combs cannot respond to every publicity stunt or facially ridiculous claim. He has full confidence in the facts and the judicial process where the truth will prevail. The accusations against him are pure fiction. So many documentaries out now about Sean Combs, aka Diddy, and with so many new documentaries, now there's new accusations, there's new allegations. But let's break down Phil's claims with criminal defense attorney and former prosecutor Julie Rendelman. Julie, always so great to see you. What's your reaction to Phil Pines' claims? He says that part of his job was to clean up these wild king nights or these freak-offs, as well as prove his loyalty by having sex with a woman in front of Diddy.
Anytime an individual comes forward, whether it be on a documentary or the like, and speaks out, in this case, in regards to Sean Combs, I think we always have to look at things objectively. And I say that because this is someone who has filed a lawsuit, along with many others, against Sean Combs. And so we have to recognize that there is an interest in the outcome of the case. There's a potential bias. That doesn't mean he's not telling the truth, but I think it's important for everyone when they're viewing any of these witnesses to recognize that they need to see the whole picture before assuming.
Like the video, press 3 if you're new, where you're watching from. Press 3 if you're new, where you're watching from. Press 5 if you've been here before, where you're watching from. Don't forget to subscribe and continue to hit the like button, you guys. Let's get the likes up. There's about 126 in the building. We should have 100 likes. Please double tap the screen to hit the like. Please double tap the screen to hit the like. Let's continue. Fair use. Or hit the thumbs up above the video. Let's continue.
I mean, that it's all true.
And one point in this bonus episode, I should say, that was particularly interesting to me is that Phil revealed during this episode that he was called to testify for the grand jury back in October. What do you think that means in terms of Diddy's case going forward, especially given that he was his former personal or executive assistant for that 2-year period? And do you think that it could also mean that he'll be called to testify once trial starts in May?
Great question. So yes, if they used him in the grand jury, it's very possible and plausible that they're going to use him to testify if and when there is a trial. One of the problems, though, that happens, Elizabeth, is when an individual continues to talk to various outlets, potentially some of the things they say may become inconsistent with what they said before, even if it's on a slight issue. And so if I'm the federal prosecutor, I'm not thrilled that someone's going on various outlets to talk about this case. If I'm the defense attorney, I'm loving it because I'm going to want to take every single statement they made and potentially try to use it against them if I can.
And are you surprised by kind of, I guess, the 2 grand jury witnesses that have been confirmed right now who have spoken out to the media? You know, we have Courtney Burgess and now we have Phil Pines. Are you surprised that grand jury witnesses are speaking to the media before a trial like this even begins?
I'm not surprised. I mean,
That's a good question. Like the video, like the video. We only have 8 likes. Let's get the likes up, please. Please double tap the screen. Please hit the like button above the video, below the video. Let's get the likes up. We only have 8 likes. Can I please get 50 people to hit the like button? Double tap the screen, hit the thumbs up above the video, below the video. Let's continue.
Remember, the prosecutors are going to tell these witnesses, we can't control what you do, but we would ask you, usually they'll say not to speak to anyone in some type of outlet such as they've done already. For the very reason we talked about a few minutes ago, it doesn't benefit the prosecutor as far as I'm concerned at all, with one exception. It does throw that narrative out there for free, in a sense, for the prosecutor. So now, even though as a defense attorney, I'm liking it because I want to be able to get...
The plane crash headlines are tough to swallow, but...
Like the video, like the video. Let's let the commercial go past. Like the video. We have 9 likes. Can I please get 50 people to double tap the screen to hit the like button? Thank you, thank you, thank you. Support the channel. We're asking for likes. Let's continue.
Statements, there could be an argument that the prosecutor isn't hating it as long as it's consistent, because now it's kind of infecting the potential jury pool who now are hearing these things that are very anti.
This is my page. I do what I want. I say what I want. There's no problem with people asking for people to hit the like button. It's free to hit the like button. And it pushes me out into the algorithm. If you have a page, go run your page. Time out. Thank you. Goodbye.
Sean Puffy Combs.
And given that, one of the allegations made by the government is that, Combs Enterprise is kind of this racketeering conspiracy in a way, and that Diddy is the head of this organization. So how important is Phil Pines's commentary, allegations, testimony, given that he did work for Diddy for those 2 years periods and could possibly be kind of a central figure, given that he worked right under Christina Coram, who has been named in a lawsuit. Of course, she denies those allegations. But given that he got a firsthand witness to what Diddy was like, how he ran things, and the voice notes about getting drugs for him, and cleaning up these wild king nights and freak offs, how important is that testimony?
So I think one of the most important things you mentioned is the audios, because I think you have to remember when the prosecutor's deciding who to use, who to believe, they want corroboration. And so they're going to say a jury doesn't just have to rely on what he says. They can even question whether or not, he has a motive in terms of wanting financial gain in the future. But the audios speak for themselves, and the audios create that corroboration that they need in order to say to a jury, you can believe him because there's separate evidence that supports what he says. And by doing that, he kind of lays the groundwork. He gives you the background of what was going on behind the scenes. It might just be a piece of things, because remember, obviously he doesn't make out the entirety of the case, but it certainly gives the prosecution some of this.
Like the video, like the video. We only have 9 likes. Can people please double tap the screen to hit the like button? Can I please get 50 people to double tap the screen to hit the like? Or hit the like button above the video, below the video. Let's continue. Fair use reaction clip.
Steps they need to get to the ultimate, which is to find him guilty of the ultimate charges.
And obviously, Diddy's defense, they claim he's innocent. They deny all the allegations made in the lawsuits, all of that sort. But I think one kind of argument that the defense has been making throughout all of this case is that these acts were consensual. They were between consenting adults. But, just kind of hearing through either the lawsuits or through these documentaries, which I know you had mentioned, like possibly take it a little bit with a grain of salt there. But, in terms of all these people coming forward to say and give their piece, I know a lot of people always are kind of questioning whether or not some people are lying or possibly doing this for fame or for clout. But in terms of just the many allegations that are just pouring in, is it possible that all these people are lying? Or do you, when it comes to the defense kind of claiming that all of this was consensual, whereas other people who are bringing about these lawsuits or even making these accusations and allegations are claiming it wasn't, and this was a dangerous man?
I mean, as a prosecutor, I used to tell a jury, especially if I had one witness, that you could have 50 witnesses that come in here and you don't believe a single one. But you could have one witness that comes in and you believe them enough to prove a case beyond a reasonable doubt. So is it possible that everyone is lying? It's possible. It's also possible that they're telling the truth about parts of it and not telling the truth about other parts of it. I want to hone in on the area in terms of consent, because one of the things Pines talks about is the fact that some of the individuals that he encountered that had sexual encounters, he believes, with Sean Combs, were younger. He didn't say they were underage, but they were younger. And he describes them as being more malleable, more willing to do things that others wouldn't. Well, consent, there's a fine line. So if an individual is potentially consenting to taking drugs, but then when they take drugs, they are not of the mental ability to consent to a sexual act, well, that's a problem for Sean Combs. So when we talk about consent, there's a gray area there, and some of that is what the federal prosecutors may potentially be focusing on to their advantage.
Right. Well, Julie Rendelman, I really appreciate your insight into this case, especially given that you were a former prosecutor, now criminal defense attorney. Before we sign you off, though, where do you think everything goes from here? We have Diddy's trial just around the corner in May.
So let's see what she has to say. What's up and coming. Like the video, like the video. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notifications.
So, I mean, I'm going to guess that it doesn't start in May. I'm always of the assumption that something's going to push it out further. Of course, I've been known to be wrong. I think the interesting thing is, one, is whether we're going to see any additional charges, because they can go back into the grand jury and indict. And I think the second thing is, who is going to be there to testify? Because I think there's a lot of unknowns. We certainly know the people that we've heard about because they've been
commentary, allegations, testimony, given that he did work for Diddy for those 2 years periods and could possibly be kind of a central figure, given that he worked right under Christina Coram, who has been named in a lawsuit. Of course, she denies those allegations. But given that he got a firsthand witness to what Diddy was like, how he ran things, and the voice notes about getting drugs for him, and cleaning up these wild king nights and freak offs, how important is that testimony?
So I think one of the most important things you mentioned is the audios, because I think you have to remember when the prosecutor's deciding who to use, who to believe, they want corroboration. And so they're going to say a jury doesn't just have to rely on what he says. They can even question whether or not, he has a motive in terms of wanting financial gain in the future. But the audios speak for themselves, and the audios create that corroboration that they need in order to say to a jury, you can believe him because there's separate evidence that supports what he says. And by doing that, he kind of lays the groundwork. He gives you the background of what was going on behind the scenes. It might just be a piece of things, because remember, obviously he doesn't make out the entirety of the case, but it certainly gives the prosecution some of the steps they need to get to the ultimate, which is to find him guilty of the ultimate charges.
And obviously, Diddy's defense, they claim he's innocent. They deny all the allegations made in the lawsuits, all of that sort. But I think one kind of argument that the defense has been making throughout all of this case is that these acts were consensual. They were between consenting adults. But, just kind of hearing through either the lawsuits or through these documentaries, which I know you had mentioned, like possibly take it a little bit with a grain of salt there. But, in terms of all these people coming forward to say and give their piece, I know a lot of people always are kind of questioning whether or not some people are lying or possibly doing this for fame or for clout. But in terms of just the many allegations that are just pouring in, is it possible that all these people are lying? Or do you, when it comes to the defense kind of claiming that all of this was consensual, whereas other people who are bringing about these lawsuits or even making these accusations and allegations are claiming it was?
Why are women everywhere choosing Abby X, the new tummy tuck alternative?
I got the tummy tuck results without the tummy tuck downtime.
Get a flat, tight tummy fast with Sonobello's new Abby X. One visit fat and loose excess skin removal.
The Sonobello's Abby X is a tremendous breakthrough. Combine both liposuction and skin resection.
Like the video.
And this was a dangerous man.
I mean, as a prosecutor, I used to tell a jury, especially if I had one witness, that you could have 50 witnesses that come in here and you don't believe a single one. But you could have one witness that comes in and you believe them enough to prove a case beyond a reasonable doubt. So is it possible that everyone is lying? It's possible. It's also possible that they're telling the truth about parts of it and not telling the truth about other parts of it. I want to hone in on the area in terms of consent, because one of the things Pines talks about is the fact that some of the individuals that he encountered that had sexual encounters, he believes, with Sean Combs, were younger. He didn't say they were underage, but they were younger. And he describes them as being more malleable, more willing to do things that others wouldn't. Well, consent, there's a fine line. So if an individual is potentially consenting to taking drugs, but then when they take drugs, they are not of the mental ability to consent to a sexual act, well, that's a problem for Sean Combs. So when we talk about consent, there's a gray area there. And some of that is what the federal prosecutors may potentially be focusing on to their advantage.
Right. Well, Julie Rendelman, I really appreciate your insight into this case, especially given that you were a former prosecutor, now criminal defense attorney. Before we sign you off, though, where do you think everything goes from here? We have Diddy's trial just around the corner in May.
So, I'm going to guess that it doesn't start in May. I'm always of the assumption that something's going to push it out further. Of course, I've been known to be wrong. I think the interesting thing is, one, is whether we're going to see any additional charges, because they can go back into the grand jury and indict. And I think the second thing is, who is going to be there to testify? Because I think there's a lot of unknowns. We certainly know the people that we've heard about.
Do you think a lot of celebrities are freaking out? Do you think a lot of celebrities are concerned? Like the video. Don't forget to subscribe, you guys, and turn on your notification. Let's continue. Are celebrities freaking out?
Because they've been putting themselves out, in the media stratosphere. But I think there's going to be witnesses that we're going to be talking about in the future going like, I cannot believe that person's up there. I didn't expect that. So that's what I think is going to be interesting to see.
All right, Julie Rendelman, always appreciate your insight into our cases here. Thank you again so much for your time today. I really appreciate it.
Okay, so there's that. So let's get to Kanye and Bianca. Okay, so like I said before, Diddy's innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. A judge, jury's going to have to decide if there's any wrongdoing. That's what that is. What do you guys think about his son contacting people to stop talking about his father? Is that going to create a problem? Okay, let's continue. We're going to be general. R.I.P. to Irv Gotti. He passed away. We can go through some of the pictures of Irv Gotti. Prayers go out to him and his family. Many people had spoke about him being in the hospital, and people were definitely being general in regards to him being in the hospital. But this is definitely Irv Gotti. He's passed away at the age of 54. Prayers go out to his friends and family and his children. I couldn't imagine their dad was 54, and he had some medical concerns that he was struggling with. So prayers go out to his friends and family. Yeah. Yep. So over the years, he has started graying a little bit. But yeah, prayers go out to Irv. There's other stuff that's going on in the media. I'm not going to cover that. Prayers go out. I don't really cover the YouTube beefs, the social media beefs. This is a man. He has children. He has family. So that's what we're going to focus on. So prayers go out to Irv. Okay. So recently, Megan Good and Jonathan went to an event. Look at the security guard checking her out. Y'all, the security guard got caught. Now, if this is Jonathan Major's security guard, he's fired. Or maybe that was just a guy at the event. But it's saying security guard caught. And they saying he was salivating. Look at his face. Oh my goodness. And it's interesting. See, Megan is on the carpet taking pictures, and Jonathan's just in awe of her. Megan's a beautiful girl. She is. You go ahead, Megan. We were just surprised that you wanted to date Jonathan. Uh-huh. But do you? Look at him. Look at him looking. Look at his eyes. And maybe he wanted to trend and go viral. He's probably talking to his boys right now. Yeah, man, I was looking. Look at him looking. Look at him looking. That eye, those eyes, y'all. Jonathan Majors is probably not happy. Now, is that his security guard or her security guard? Okay, everybody, you got to be careful with guys like this, right? You got to be careful with guys like this. Look how he looking. And then he look away. Look at him looking. Y'all, look at him looking. So if that's Jonathan's major security guard, would you get rid of him because how he's looking at your girl? Can that guy be trusted? Ooh-wee. Ooh-wee. Nope. Baby, you can't be around me looking like that. He looking at her like she a whole snack. Like the video. If this is Jonathan Major's security, should he keep him on or should he let him go? Y'all let me know in the comments. Keep the security guard or let him go. Or how he looking at Megan. Jonathan is going to be ticked off because he's behind him, so Jonathan can't tell. And Megan's looking at Jonathan. You know what I'm saying? Look at that guy. Look. He looking at her like she's a snack. Wow. Now, if you guys don't know, sometimes places will have security on behalf of the event space. So maybe this is not even Jonathan's actual security. Maybe it's a person that was securing that space. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, them some scary eyes. Real talk. Can't leave him in a room with me. No, sir. No, ma'am. Let's continue. Okay, so Kanye West talks about his wife taking him to be seen. Kanye West says he learned in regards to his autism because his wife, Bianca Censori, took him. She had said, Kanye, you don't seem like you have bipolar episodes or concerns. She said she thinks it's something else. So they felt that it is autism. So Kanye West recently did an interview and he was talking about how some of his moments wearing the hat, when people tell him no, he want to do it above and beyond. And like I said that, didn't I? I said if Bianca's family spoke up and spoke out saying, Kanye, please respect our daughter more, he would go above and beyond to show that he's not going to respect her. Kanye does what he wants to do, and he'll put it in your face that I'm not going to listen to you. So there's that. Okay, so many people are wondering if Bianca's okay. And then you have Kim that's making comments. Oh, Kim wants the trend to go viral. Look at how Kim was on the floor and she had people in her video. That was concerning. People are side-eyeing Kanye, people are side-eyeing Bianca, and people are side-eyeing Kim and her family. It's a whole issue. Kanye likes the trend to go viral. Kim likes the trend to go viral. You got to realize Kim dresses North like sometimes like she's an adult. You notice the difference how Kim dresses North sometimes and how Kanye dresses North sometimes? Kanye will have her in oversized clothes. And Kim will have her in outfits sometimes similar as an adult. It's a concern. Kim and Kanye are both concerns, but it's their children. They're going to raise them how they want. Let's continue. Oh, so Kanye boasted and bragged about him and Bianca getting more clicks and views in regards to their PR stunt and how they overtrend the Grammys. So Kanye's proud of his moment. And it looks as if he's trying to sell items or products and he's trying to push Bianca's name out there to create a line on her behalf. Remember, didn't he kind of do that regarding Shani Jones? Mm-hmm. And now he's doing that with Bianca. So that's going to be interesting. Would you purchase any of Kanye and Bianca's items? Let me go back. Hold on one second.
Not right in the Bieber household. As rumors of an is not right in the Bieber household. As rumors of an impending $300 million split between Justin and Hailey Bieber continue to gain momentum.
Can't confirm or deny.
Reports suggest that the couple, who welcomed their first child last year, is facing severe marital issues, with Hailey struggling to cope with Justin's alleged erratic behavior and substance use. Sources said that Hailey's top priority at the moment is her son's well-being. Her main concern is her child. If she has to distance herself from Justin to protect him, she will. With their marriage said to be hanging by a thread, speculations are rife that Hailey
allegedly
may seek full custody of their 5-month-old son and a share of Justin's estimated $300 million. While some sources said, the 30-year-old Peaches singer is allegedly troubled by fears he might be compelled to testify at the upcoming trial of his former mentor, Sean Diddy Combs. Despite the 55-year-old hip-hop mogul's insistence on his innocence, a source says Bieber is worried that revealing his connections to Combs could ruin his career and life. Something is not right in the Bieber household.
So do you guys think that Justin will have to testify in regards to the Diddy trial? Let's continue. I'll play that again.
Couple, who welcomed their first child last year, is facing severe marital issues, with Hailey struggling to cope with Justin's alleged erratic behavior and substance use. Sources said that Hailey's top priority at the moment is her son's well-being. Her main concern is her child. If she has to distance herself from Justin to protect him, she will. With their marriage said to be hanging by a thread, speculations are rife that Hailey
do you think it's hanging by a thread or he's just creating music?
5-month-old son and a share of Justin's estimated $300 million. While some sources said, the 30-year-old Peaches singer is allegedly troubled by fears he might be compelled to testify at the upcoming trial of his former mentor, Sean Diddy Combs. Despite the 55-year-old hip-hop mogul's insistence on his innocence, a source says Bieber is worried that revealing his connections to Combs could ruin his career and life. Something is not right in the Bieber household.
So do you think this is why Justin looks like this, or do you think that he's in the studio, or is it because he's a new father and, you know, they have a child that's under 1? You know what I'm saying? It could be anything. The pressures of the trial coming up in May. We can't confirm or deny what Justin, the correlation in regards to him and Diddy, the relationship and what that was like. We can't confirm or deny, but do y'all remember when Justin met up with Diddy and Diddy was tapping him for a wire? Y'all remember that? Why would you be tapping him for a wire? The meetup was very interesting as well. Right or wrong? The meetup was very interesting. Yeah, so prayers go out to Justin. Can't confirm or deny, you know, if there's anything going on, you know, is he a little stressed over music? Is he a little stressed over being a new parent? Is he stressed about the relationship period? So let's continue. Okay, so I'm going to go past Kanye and Bianca. Hold on one second.
Looks like Kim Kardashian
Kardashian is not holding back when sharing her thoughts about Kanye West.
But Kim can't talk. Kim did Playboy. Kim had the situation with Ray J. Kim did that cover. Kim just did the video. Kim doesn't like Kanye and Bianca trending over her. Real talk. Let's continue.
About Kanye West and his wife Bianca's crazy stunt at the Grammys. Wait until you guys hear what Kim allegedly said, because this is insane. I seriously cannot believe we are still talking about this, but it was truly insane. Kanye West and his wife Bianca showed up to the Grammys, and Bianca stripped down into a completely sheer dress where you could see absolutely everything. So Kanye and his naked wife were on the carpet getting photographed, and those photographs were being posted everywhere. What I didn't think about in the moment is the fact that Kanye has kids who are actively online. However, that was clearly Kim's first thought, as she's the mother of those children. According to a source close to Kim, Kim was very upset with the example that Kanye was setting for their kids. The source said North idolizes her dad. What is Kim supposed to say now? And Saint, Kim is worried about his friends and what they will say. So it looks like Kim Kardashian is not holding back when sharing her thoughts about Kanye West and his wife Bianca's. So it looks like
So do you think Kim is jealous of the trend? Do you think that Kim seeks the relevancy? And see, I told y'all they listen to my page. Hello. Because every time I've talked about them over the last week or two, I talked about how Kim dresses North. I talked about how Kim portrays her North on the show. I talked about how Kim has put North in outfits that's similar to adult content. I talked about how Kim put North in a bustier on Christmas. Your daughter is 10, 11. You got her in a bustier. And then I talked about how sometimes the media, the Kardashians, look for PR stunts. And they like to trend and go viral, and they try to change the narrative, but people aren't stupid. Kim and Kanye and Bianca are concerning. Period. It's all three of them. It's all three of them. Back in the day, we were worried if different agencies would get involved, because it had gotten so creepy in regards to Kim and Pete. Pete in these neck tattoos, Kim allowing North to sit on his lap, Pete saying, hey, I'm in bed with your wife, to Kanye. It's a good thing Kanye moved on and found somebody different. Kanye had moved away from the K's and the J's. Remember? He was doing music. Well, it was in Utah or somewhere. Kanye's been wanting to separate himself. So Kim has no way or room to speak up and speak out. Her video was concerning. Very concerning. Why would you put that out? And then Bianca going on the carpet, and there's children there. I had said I'm wondering if there was children there. There was children there. Jay-Z had their child there, Blue Ivy. It was being reported that Kai Cenat met some young child. His parents were well known and famous. He met that child on the carpet or inside or something. But there were children at the event. So Kanye and Bianca don't care about children, let alone their own children. But Kim did Playboy. Kim did the cover. So this is what they like to do. Go back and look at what Cat Williams had to say about Kim and Kanye. Now, he hasn't said anything too much about Kanye and Bianca, but it's a concern. They have children, and this is what they're both doing. Kim crawling around in a thong in a video that's very weird. So Hollywood, the PR stunts continue. So I guess Portia Williams has said something to Larsa Pittman. And she's basically saying something about Marcus Jordan. Interesting. If y'all did not know, Michael Jordan's son, Marcus Jordan, was arrested. Now, after Michael saw that his son was doing what he was doing at that restaurant, I'm surprised he didn't get him help and assistance. And this is the big thing. He's a grown man. Marcus Jordan has parents. Michael Jordan, he has a mom. I can't believe there was a video of a man blaming the mother only. He has a famous father The famous father should be worried about the legacy and the career and the bad press. The mother, yes, raised, but it's the father that have seen. He had to have seen him at that restaurant doing X, Y, and Z. And they didn't get him help then? And he continued to travel and do what he do? Did y'all see the video where he was like, oh, my dad is so and so and so? They were like, we don't care. We're not letting you go back behind that wheel because we're concerned that there's something going on here. And he was talking to the police like he had a right to just get back in the car and go. Dude, he made choices, and he made some poor choices. Be careful who you hang out with, y'all. Be careful who you associate yourself with. Now, ever since his relationship with Larsa, there's been a downfall. He was dating Larsa Pittman for about 1.5 years, 2 years. I don't know who Marcus is dating now, and I don't know who Larsa's dating now. I don't know who Portia's dating now, but Portia's going through divorce with Simon. And Simon allegedly is filing a defamation case against Portia. So this relationship stuff is a hot mess. Hot mess. Hot mess. Let's continue. 82. Okay, so there's that. Okay, we're gonna continue. Okay.
Believe it or not, Bianca Censori, believe it or not, used to smile.
When I
Google old pictures of her, there are pictures of her smiling. But this is the face we see of Bianca Censori. No expression, no feeling or emotion being shown on her face at all. And even last night when she is dropping her fur coat and looking fully nude in front of the world, no expression. And that goes for Kanye West, who right now to the world is looking like her handler. I used to share news about these two, and at this point, I just don't get it anymore. Is she okay?
A lot of us don't get it, and I kept saying, is she okay? I've been saying that for a long time. Is Bianca okay? A lot of us used to do videos in regards to Kanye, Shani Jones, Kanye, Julia Fox, Kanye, and who he was dating. But now, if you're on the carpet, are you not concerned there's children there at the Grammys? Let's continue.
The world, no expression. And that goes for Kanye West, who right now to the world is looking like her handler. I used to share news about these two, and at this point, I just don't get it anymore. Is she okay? So many of you DM me saying that last night's Grammys non-outfit outfit was abuse, and I really couldn't agree more. She is a beautiful girl, and I know that she comes from a large family. She has several sisters. There were even rumors that her family
We're not gonna go there.
I'm not really sure how accurate that is, but I do wonder when these people are going to intervene or if they have contact with her at all. It's only a matter of time until we get this woman to speak. I've never even heard her voice.
We've heard her speak.
If she's not in contact with her family, I would love to hear why and from their point of view. Bianca Censori, believe it or not, used to smile.
Because in this video, she spoke. She was speaking to the guy at the mall. He was trying to talk to her, and he was saying something about her hair, her smile. What is she doing in the mall? And she was like, I'm shopping. She said she just changed her hair color, and then he was trying to get her number, and then she got a call. So I think they posted this video. I don't know who the guy was. I don't know if this is like a PR stunt there too. We posted the video of Bianca talking to this guy. And she had received a call. I don't know if she received a call from Kanye. So this might have been Kanye's friend trying to say, okay, this is my wife. She's gorgeous. She's beautiful. Here, you guys can hear her speak. I don't even think she has a active Instagram, Twitter, and she might be back on Instagram, Twitter. But here nor there. Is she being controlled? Does Kanye respect his wife? Like the video. There's about 193 in the building. Can you please subscribe to the page and turn on your notification? And can I please get 100 people to double tap the screen to hit the like button?
Large family. She has several sisters. There were even I'm not really sure how accurate that is, but I do wonder when these people are going to intervene or if they have contact with her at all. It's only a matter of time until we get this woman to speak. I've never even heard her voice. And if she's not in contact with her family, I would love to hear why and from their point of view. Bianca Censori, believe it or not,
So there's that. So let's see. Kanye West breaks the internet after he and Bianca have been going viral, but at what cost to parents and their children being on the Grammy carpet. That's the one thing some people are talking about, but that's a concern, dude. You got your wife on the carpet. Some kids may not have even seen different parts like that. You understand what I'm saying? He doesn't care about his kids, and he doesn't care about the kids that's at the Grammys. That's a concern. Kanye continues to make choices that interfere with people.
You recall in his prime, in the heyday, how much money he accumulated?
They're talking about DMX.
Man, I remember looking at our bank accounts and the zeros wouldn't stop. Like, I'm not even exaggerating. He got 10 million a movie, and that wasn't even including all his shows. He made like millions just doing a show, and when he went on tour, I mean, he would come back with, I want to say we were very close to being billionaires. Like, it was, X made a lot. It was so much money. And
I'm not surprised because X, I mean, I'm not, it's okay. I'm not exaggerating when I say the levels of Jay-Z, who is a billionaire. So you guys were close to being billionaires.
Very close. And I remember when they first started, they asked X about the Barclays Center. I never forget it. They called him and said, Jay is in, and they want to know if you want to put in $1 million to get in. And, you know, for the people out there, you know, unfortunately, you know, when I hate to say ignorant, but it's when we're ignorant and we don't have any real business sense, you know, X didn't see that as a good investment. And I saw it, and I didn't even have a lot of business sense, but I was just like, it's a no-brainer. Why wouldn't we go in the pot with them? X didn't want to do it. And now look, so that's what a lot of bad business decisions. And he spent a lot of money. And
on what though?
Just like taking care of everybody and their mama. That was him. I mean, he'll pay, somebody died, he'll pay their whole entire funeral. We went, he would go to vacation, he would rent the whole entire hotel out. We would spend over $150,000 sometimes a day. No, I'm not even exaggerating. That's why, like, I'm so humbled. Like, when I see, like, I just don't see money the way I used to. Well, for one, I know that it needs to be invested.
Yeah.
It needs to work for you because money comes and goes, because I would have never thought that we would be broke.
Yeah, that's a concern. Prayers go out to DMX, rest in peace. But that does happen. When you're with a famous guy, you got to stack and save, because there will come a time where that money that you spent for that day or that weekend is no longer there. So prayers for her. Wow, that's a lot.
I went to this doctor. My wife took me to do that because she said something.
Okay, you guys are going to have to read what he's saying, because I don't want to get flagged for the person video. So you can see what's being said. His wife took him to go get checked out. So Kanye often talks about being tested. I'll play a little bit.
I went to this doctor. My wife took me to do that because she said something about your personality doesn't feel like it's bipolar. I've seen bipolar before. Yeah. She's educated, so I've seen bipolar before, and come to find out it's really a case of autism. Wow.
So that's what Kanye feels he has. Of course, more pictures of Irv Gotti. People are speaking up, sending their condolences to the friends and family. So prayers go out to Irv Gotti. Yeah, that's Kanye right there sending, prayers and well wishes and RIPs. Okay, is there anything else? This is Meek Mill basically saying in 2023, I think he had said he lived in the same building as Wendy. And then we did show this about the guy looking at Megan. Like I said, I don't know if this is Jonathan Major's security or this is a security for the event space. But yeah, he was looking hard. And then he kind of wanted to get an even more look at, and then maybe she caught him there, and then he kind of turned his head. But yeah, ladies, be careful when guys look at you as a piece of meat. But there's that. So, there's that. Certain stuff I talk about, y'all see it, but then I'll kind of go past it. Kanye's son saying, "Leave us alone," and then Kim saying, "Don't be rude."
Have a good night.
Now, mind you, there's a private entrance. Kim don't have to put her son in that situation. There's certain times there's private entrances.
All right, thank you, Kim. Have a good night.
Kim loves the attention. Kim wants the attention.
Mr. Speaker, and I rise today, Mr. Speaker, with a to whom it may concern message. To whom it may concern, ethnic cleansing in Gaza is not a joke, especially when it emanates from the President of the United States, the most powerful person in the world, when he has the ability to perfect what he says. Ethnic cleansing in Gaza is no joke, and the Prime Minister of Israel should be ashamed, knowing the history of his people, to stand there and allow such things to be said. Ethnic cleansing has been a crime against humanity. And I stand here today in the well and still I rise, Mr. Speaker. And I rise today, Mr. Speaker, with a to whom it may concern message. To whom it may concern, ethnic cleansing in Gaza is not a joke, especially when it emanates from the President of the United States, the most powerful person in the world, when he has the ability to perfect what he says. Ethnic cleansing in Gaza is no joke, and the Prime Minister of Israel should be ashamed, knowing the history of his people, to stand there and allow such things to be said. Ethnic cleansing has been a crime against humanity. And I stand here today in the well and still I rise. I rise to announce that the movement to impeach the president has begun. I rise to announce that I will bring articles of impeachment against the president for dastardly deeds proposed and dastardly deeds done. I also rise to say that the impeachment movement is going to be a grass-up movement, not a top-down. The people have got to move forward. The people have to demand it. I rise to announce that the movement to impeach the people have got to move forward. The people have to demand it. And when the people demand it, it will be done. I did it before. I laid the foundation for impeachment, and it was done. Nobody knows more about it than I. And I know that it's time for us to lay the foundation again. On some issues, it is better to stand alone than not stand at all. On this issue, I stand alone, but I stand for justice. I yield back the balance of my time.
The gentleman yields back. Members are reminded to refrain from engaging in personalities toward the president.
The people have got to move forward. The people.
So what do y'all think about what he's saying?
Mr. Speaker, and I rise today, Mr. Speaker, with a to whom it may concern message. To whom it may concern, ethnic cleansing in Gaza is not a joke, especially when it emanates from the President of the United States, the most powerful person in the world, when he has the ability to perfect what he says. Ethnic cleansing in Gaza is no joke, and the Prime Minister of Israel should be ashamed, knowing the history of his people, to stand there and allow such things to be said. Ethnic cleansing has been a crime against humanity. And I stand here today in the well and still I rise, Mr.
Good morning, everyone. Some are asking about Paris. I've been going live a little bit earlier than expected, so Paris may not have realized I've been going live. But yeah, Paris is always with us, even if she's preoccupied or busy.
Reportedly wanted to stage a photo op with Taylor Swift. Okay, so Kanye West reportedly wanted to stage a photo op with Taylor Swift on the red carpet at the Grammys. Clearly, that didn't happen, but a source tells The Sun that Kanye was asking everyone on the carpet when Taylor would be arriving, and that he wanted to stage a picture with her when she arrived on the carpet. They report that Kanye and his entourage were trying to hang out with Taylor. The source tells the outlet they were quizzing staff about which entrance she was coming to and how she would be getting to her seat. He wanted to try and bump into her and chat in front of the cameras, of course. But they say no one wanted to help. They didn't want to create a potentially weird situation. They know better than trying to help Kanye get to Taylor Swift on a red carpet. Kanye and his wife Bianca didn't actually end up attending the show. They just did their little stunt on the red carpet, got their publicity, and left. There was a rumor going around that Kanye actually got kicked out of the Grammys, but that was later confirmed to be false. And yesterday, Kanye actually posted a picture of journalist Don Lemon accusing him of starting the rumor. He says, "This is the goofball that started the rumor that me and my wife got kicked out of the Grammys." Don Lemon has since denied this. He says that he was the one who stopped the rumor. Meanwhile, in Kanye's recent posts, he's bragging about how much press he got from the Grammys, showing that Bianca Censori got more searches on Google than Grammy winners. He posted another picture of the Google search trends and says, "The most Googled person on earth wearing Yeezy women's." He says, "We beat the Grammys," and also posted this saying, "For clarity, February 4th, 2025, my wife is the most Googled person on the planet called Earth." And of course, he's also promoting Bianca's invisible dress that she wore on the carpet. Here's my theory. I think the big PR moment Kanye wanted was a picture with Taylor on the carpet. I fully believe this, especially because the night before the Grammys, he only followed Taylor Swift on Instagram. He was creating the hype. And I think Bianca's naked dress stunt was a backup plan. That's just my theory, but let me know what you think down below and follow me for more. Okay, so Kanye West reportedly wanted to stage a photo op with Taylor Swift on the red carpet at the Grammys. Clearly, that didn't happen, but a source tells The Sun that Kanye was asking everyone on the carpet when Taylor would be arriving, and that he wanted to stage a picture with her when she arrived on the carpet. They report that Kanye and his entourage were trying to hang out with Taylor. The source tells the outlet they were quizzing staff about which entrance she was coming to and how she would be getting to her seat. He wanted to try and bump into her and chat in front of the cameras, of course. But they say no one wanted to help. They didn't want to create a potentially weird situation. They know better than trying to help Kanye get to Taylor Swift on a red carpet. Kanye and his wife Bianca
So if you did not know, Kai Cenat was trying to get close to Taylor Swift, and Taylor Swift security was like, nope, no. So whether Kanye was trying to get close to, now Don Lemon did ask Kanye questions, and Kanye West said no interview. So let's continue. Kim Kardashian celebrates 11-year-old daughter Northwest becoming the top artist. Kim's talking about something. She's always trying to utilize North for media attention, clicks, and views.
How her album is going to be. Like how insane, like everything that I learned, that I could have it flow through her also, and for her to become the greatest, the next frontier, because we're like like the kings in Africa or something, where it's just passed down. Like, I'm the hands down greatest, she gonna be the hands down greatest.
So that's their quality time together. I have to silence it. But yeah, Kim's riding that ride too, in regards to who her child's father is and the connections that Kanye has. So, Many people have been talking about Beyonce and Blue Ivy, so of course Kim's going to ride the ride in regards to who the father of her children are and them getting into the industry. So, what wishes? Let's continue. Yeah, Kim loves to put North in the media. And then she talks about how being a momager. I guess Bad Bunny had said that she had broke up with this guy, but then she spotted having sushi or something. There's been a lot of back and forth regarding that. Jay-Z, Alicia Keys. This is at the Grammys because I remember that what Alicia Keys was wearing. Right now, we're just talking hot topics, trending topics. Let's continue. Is there anything else? Yeah, Kanye West claps back at critics over his wife Bianca Censori dress. I don't know why he clapping back. It's inappropriate for her to be on the carpet like that, and he knows it. Do whatever you want in the company of your own home. But he knew that that was a PR stunt. So there's them.
Hey Kanye, how you doing? Hey Bianca, how come you're only Kanye? How come you're only following Taylor Swift on Instagram?
How come you only following Taylor Swift?
Hey Kanye, how you doing? Hey Bianca, how come you're only following Taylor on Instagram?
Good for you, Kanye. Mr. West. Hey, what do you think about that Lakers trade? What's up, Mr. West? Kanye!
How come you're only following Taylor Swift on Instagram? Hey Kanye, how you doing? Hey Bianca.
Kanye lost a lot of weight. I'll give him that.
On Instagram.
Good for you, Kanye. Mr. West. Hey, what do you think about that Lakers trade?
So they got back in the vehicle and they left. Nice ride, though.
Kanye!
How come you're only following Taylor Swift on Instagram? Hey Kanye, how you doing? Hey Bianca. How come you're only following Taylor on Instagram?
Good for you, Kanye. Mr. West. Hey, what do you think about that Lakers trade?
What do you think about the Lakers trade?
Kanye!
How come you're only following Taylor Swift on Instagram?
So did his PR stunt work?
Hey Kanye, how you doing? Hey Bianca. How come you're only following Taylor on Instagram?
Good for you, Kanye. Mr. West. Hey, what do you think about that Lakers trade? What's up, Mr. West?
Nice car, though. So the question is, will Kanye do other red carpets similar? Will Kanye get on other red carpets and do something similar? I'm wondering. The Met Gala is coming up in what? May or March? March or May? Something like that. So will they try and go on other red carpets? And will, security stop them from doing certain things like this? Now that Kanye has found a way to trend and talk about his alleged products, will they continue to do stuff like this? Okay, everybody. I have some stuff I had to take care of. I'm glad you guys were able to tune in. Don't forget to subscribe. You guys, we have about 191 in the building. Please hit the like button. Please double tap the screen to hit the like button. We should be at 150 likes. Please double tap the screen to hit the like button. Please, 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 and thank you. I hope everyone did subscribe. What do you think about Kanye and Bianca? Are you surprised they're still trending? Are you surprised that he did this PR stunt? Do you think it's appropriate for Kanye to do what he's done? Should he have thought about his own children and other children at the Grammys? Is it acceptable? Do what you want in your own home. But when you bring her out like that, does he respect his wife? Real talk. Real talk. There's about 191 still in the building. You guys, please double tap this screen to hit the like button for me. Please support the channel by hitting the like button. Super chats are welcome. $2, $5. Anything you'd like to donate would really be appreciated. We also have memberships available. Every now and then I'll put stuff in the memberships. But a lot of time, if you're a member, I kind of pay attention to your comments. Just like with Paris, she's my mod. I pay attention to what she's basically saying, and then she knows if I'm not looking at it, I'm just doing other stuff behind the scenes. But yeah, like the video, you guys, double tap the screen. YouTube has made it easy. If you double tap the screen, you can hit the like button. The like button is also the thumbs up. So thumbs up the video, please, 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 and thank you. Why is Kanye only following Taylor Swift?
Instagram. Hey Kanye, how you doing? Hey Bianca, how come you're only following Taylor on Instagram?
Good for you, Kanye. Mr. West. Hey, what do you think about that Lakers trade? Wake up, Mr. West. Kanye.
How come you're only
He's lost a lot of weight.
Swift on Instagram? Hey,
There's still 191 in the building. Can you guys please subscribe and thank you? And turn on your notification. So there's that. Let me see if there's anything else. Let's see. Kendall and Kylie are sisters. We have the same. So many people have been talking about Kylie in this jet. Brody is their brother, and it's interesting that this has been popping up a few times. I don't know if they're trying to utilize him for media attention, clicks, and views, or to change the narrative. This is their brother. He don't really, you know what I'm saying? He was on the show, and then they took him off the show. This is Caitlyn. Respectfully now, Caitlyn, who is Bruce. So, you know, Brody's a dad now. Brody's a dad now. He has children. So he probably is in his own world. You know, the K's and the J's look to uplift the women and put the women in businesses. They're not looking, you know what I'm saying? Look at where's Rob? Look at how they treat Rob. People act like people can't ignore that. Where's Rob? Look at what's going on with Rob. You know what I'm saying? Where's Rob? And then allegedly, they're trying to get him on the show. Rob used to go in on those girls. Oh, you're just doing it for media attention, views. Oh, why are you dating this person, that dating person? Rob used to go in. That's probably why they're happy that he's not, you know, doing too much. But like the video. I appreciate you all for being here. Thanks for tuning in. Let's go ahead and do the disclaimer. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowances made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comments, news reporting, teaching, scholarships and research. Fair use is use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. All comments are alleged, in our opinion, and for entertainment purposes only. You guys, please subscribe to the page. We're trying to get to 35K. We're trying to get to 35K. So please subscribe to the page. Turn on the notification. Focus on healthy, safe relationships. Be around people that's loving, kind, and respectful. Everyone have a blessed day. Goodbye. Be blessed. I've never seen her do that.